Sorry. All right. So I just want to say once again, thank you so much. One lady and gentleman here in the house. And today is another day, and we are in our series on electronic wastes. If you can hear me, let me see you by showing me a sign that you can hear me. And a sign, all right. Yes, thank you so much. And we are only a few here in the room. And I think there are those who texted me they have a challenge joining. But then since we are having a recording of our session, they'll be able to follow this on our YouTube, and also they'll have access to this conversation. So in today's episode, we are going to be looking at repair and looking at it from the perspective of entrepreneurship as a way to do business. 2 days ago, we discussed apologies for that. My internet just got disconnected. Sorry about that. Um, in today's world, where there are a lot of electronic wastes, the ability to well, so sorry. I don't know what's going on today. Looks like the internet is so bad on my side. However, you will allow me to turn off my video. That might help the situation for now. Okay, so let's see what happens. But please, in case anything happens again, Matthew, I need you to jump. Who is already here. And we have Maliamongo Richard, who is here to join us, also facing the same challenges with the internet. But once he joins us, I'm sure that we'll also learn from his experience. And also Matthew is here. We can pick up also the conversation from last time, where we looked into different types of electronics and what we can do with those wastes. And remember, he said we can recycle. So as we get started, let me welcome Emmanuel. Emmanuel Moga, you are one of the young men in town, and you do a lot of work on repairing electronics. So briefly tell us your story and how this has, started with you, what inspired you, and, tell us what you are capable of doing right now when it comes to electronic waste. So let me just go off a little, but Moga, please introduce yourself and tell us your story.
Thank you very much, Dennis Denaya. Thank you very much, everybody that is listening right now. My name is Amoga Emmanuel K. So I majorly do electronics repair. I deal in electronics like televisions. I deal in electronics like radios. I deal like the work, most of the work that I do are electronic based work. So uh, I fix a lot of electronics, and a brief story of how I started up this my electronic thing. Actually, when I was young, my brother, my elder brother loved electronics, and I got the inspiration from him. And he used to fix power at home. We used to use these small bulbs. There is a small bulb, some old bulb. So we used to connect it in the house, and we light up the house with it. So that's how I started getting used into the electronic stuffs. It was my elder brother actually who was the one doing it, and it gave me a little bit of inspiration, and it just gave me more of some knowledge of understanding how the electronics work and how power circuits work and how electricity moves and stuff like that. I basically started with uh, electricity in the house, something like that. So when I dropped in here in Juba, fortunately enough, my grandfather already has a workshop which is working and functioning for electronics. So he asked me to join him at the workstation. So that's where I entered now deep into electronics and understanding the circuit board of electronics and understanding the different components of the electronics circuit board, things like capacitors, things like resistors, things like transistors, things like transistors, things like fuse, and these very many other components of of the circuit board. So I really basically got up this inspiration from my elder brother, and I developed it at my grandfather's workshop. So electronics and technology is just more of a research thing. So we cannot leverage on one thing that we have landed and we have gotten it all, but it's a thing of learning every day, and is a thing of researching each and every day. Now, for example, my grandfather was a superstar in repairing the CRO TVs, the one which we call in Arabic Abu Singid. And when I came in, until today, I really do not know how to fix that television. I cannot repair it. But a flat screen, you give it to me, I can fix it for you right now, and it works very well. Anything concerning flat things, I can work on it. Why? Because I got used to the a newer technology compared to the older technology. The older technology is the thing that has already passed. It has gone and it's no longer there in the market anymore. So we catch up with time on the newer technology. So right now, I'm mainly working on flat televisions and more of these other tech, whatever. But these older things, I'm not really much into it. So if we talk of it, basically, uh, that's really more of my story, how I got into the field of technology. And not only repair do I do, but I also do other works like audio, I do visuals, I do lights. So that, like, I mean, I'm much more into the tech community, where there is audio and there is visuals and there is light. So I look up to it, mainly doing it and make sure I'm maintaining it. So what I do is not only having repair and maintenance, no, I actually I'm a professional sound engineer. I'm also a professional lighting engineer, and visuals also. I do it very professionally, and I maintain them. So it's what I basically do. So I run these things in the church. Okay, church also helped me impact on that one there. So once there are things that are spoiled, I look forward to maintaining it. I have this zeal of always making sure let things be working. Okay. This mind of problem solving is what really drives me so hard into finding solution, into missing parts and all those things of that. That's why even when we are having when, for example, you're fixing and repairing some particular thing which is spoiled, it's you don't go to do it because like yani it's something that you want, no, but it's the zeal and the heart that you have to what fix a problem. For example, if somebody's blender got spoiled, okay, and the person is already frustrated, does not know what to do about it. So you bringing up solution into that one there is what really makes sense in these e-waste repair and maintenance. So basically, that's all that I can say right now. Perhaps maybe if you have some questions for me, I would really love to hear more. Thank you very much, Dennis.
Wow, that's beautiful, and it's good to know. As a young man like you, trying to do this. Last week we discussed about electronic wastes in Juba, and given that people have electricity now, and sometimes you find that maybe gadgets are being blown off by electricity, and people have a lot of things, as you said, like TVs. And so, given your story, it looks like you picked up the inspiration from your grandfather, who is already doing something. And I am interested to know, for example, we have people who will be listening to here. When you got started, did you have any tech skills? Because that's one thing. People think that for you to be able to do some of this, you should have tech skills that you need to learn them somewhere and then bring them in. That's one of the misconceptions I can say. So, what do you tell someone who is still maybe new and also thinking that they want to start, this kind of work as a repair specialist? Where do they start from? If they don't have someone like you have a grandfather that you picked up the inspiration from.
Thank you very much, Dennis. So actually, when I came to Juba, I did not know anything concerning electricity board. I really have no idea about these electronics and this board. All I knew is just maybe fixing power in a house. That's all I knew. Okay, but to this message goes to now whoever is listening to me as is in, and is very interested in the e-waste management repair thing. Okay, it's not all about what you have before. No, it's the zeal that you have inside of you to solve a problem. Okay, you don't go into the field because yani, there is money somewhere or there is no money somewhere. No, you go into the field because you love
All right.
electronics.
So
Okay,
thank
you
you,
go
thank
into
you,
the field
Moga.
because
I
you
also
want to
want to
bring
come to
solutions
Matthew.
into the problems
Matthew.
that people are facing in electronic world. Okay, now
Matthew, I was asking you a question on how one can identify market opportunities from the repair industry. As someone who has been there and also training others. So sorry once again for the back and forth. Matthew, did you hear my question? I don't know whether you responded already.
hello, sorry, my internet had some issue. I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think
Hello everyone, how are you guys doing?
Sorry, people. I don't know what's happening with my internet around me here, but I hope somebody can hear me anymore. Just alert me if you can hear me.
yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yes, so it's a zeal that you have for power, the zeal that you have for electronics, is a zeal that you have that you need to solve a problem. So that it's what keeps you going every day. Now, like for example, me, sometimes they bring some work for me to do it, and I'll fix it maybe within an hour. Okay. But there's some work which they will bring it, I'll spend like many hours in it and I do not fix it. So I put it aside and then I refresh myself. After I refresh, maybe after 2 or 3 days, I continue that work until I make sure I find a solution to it. So it's really not all about having anything, but it is all right, like maybe a lightning has struck and somehow somebody's receiver went off. So it's not all about anything. It's just like you really having that thing that you need to bring a solution. It's more of a solution like solving, and the love that you have for electricity and the love that you have for the people around you, that you need to really bring up solution for them. It's not you having another prior knowledge. You can start from zero, okay? All you need to know to have is what the small things that are like the small instruments that you need for repairing. You can go and research about a particular problem even on YouTube. YouTube can help you and gives you what are more insights concerning the job that you are doing, and it gives you more directives on the things that you need to do so that you can solve that particular matter. So each and every knowledge that you accumulate each and every day, it's what you accumulate in even solving very many other work elsewhere and anytime that you need not to even go to YouTube and research for it. So you don't need much things to get started with that. All you need to have, like when you are like a ground starter, you need to have maybe an access to internet. After having access to the internet, you need to be in a position to identify the particular problem. And after identify the particular problem, you what you take and YouTube, like you YouTube it out and you find out what exactly is wrong with this, and then see how best you can what you can you can solve it. And advantage of more advantage is this: when maybe you have more like some technician next to you, it will help you because you'll be working with electricity, and electricity is something very dangerous that you need to be conscious of. Otherwise it will not, you really not like it. I'm very professional right now in my job, and I get shocked with electricity sometimes, but with even all the conscience that I am having. So it's better when you're working, maybe like you find somebody who can do the work, and then you can find hands together with him, and you be also conscious of it, and they tell you precautions of how you manage yourself with power and stuff like that. Because sometimes when they give you a power board maybe for a particular television and it runs 220 voltage inside it, and there is the cold side, there is the hot side, you need to know all these particular sides, and then you need to take conscious on the hot side, you need to take conscious on the cold side. So it's just okay, just research more. It's like go research more, but you don't need much things to start up with electricity. You just need right now YouTube. If you can find YouTube, and then you just have make the internet your friend. You go research about it, problems concerning this and the benefits of this. You research more about it. So with the knowledge that you're having, you will be in a position to what know how to to handle particular problems and particular matter. Just you just need only that one. That you don't need much, sir. Thank you very much, Dennis. Maybe you can take up.
You so much, Emmanuel. Though we have challenges with the internet everywhere, I believe that the conversation is going on well. And I just want to say thank you so much for your time. And I want to give anyone here who is following up and you have a question that you want to ask Emmanuel. Unfortunately, one of our panelists could not make it because of the challenge with the internet, but I want to make this as a conversation. Maybe you have a question to this young man, and please go ahead and ask your question. I'm opening the floor for the members here. Thanks, Dude, for joining us.
Hello.
Yes, Tom.
Yeah, okay. As you can see, my name is Ton Nayong, and like I've attended the previous session, and it was very interesting. That's why I was on time to attend this session as well. My question is very simple. I'm a person who is interested to issues relating to climate change. How can someone who like doesn't have any clue start in this field?
All right. So, Emmanuel, you have had the question. Don is somebody who is more into fighting climatic situations and challenges, and he's asking if he is to get started, what does he need to know? Maybe what does he need to have? If I reframe the question right. So, Emmanuel, do you have an answer to that? How to get started?
All right. I have an answer to that. Okay, so you don't need much, sir, for you to get started with this job. Okay, so maybe if you are like a starter, maybe you find somewhere where they're doing this particular job, and then you get in and maybe join in with the members of those particular people that are doing this particular job. There are very many technician shops around Juba here, so you can reach out to them. They are very welcoming. That's all I know about them. They will welcome you in. After they have welcomed you in, then you receive lessons from them each and every day. You just introduce yourself, tell them what you need to do. You need to learn the particular job, and then they'll keep telling you every day, every hour, like new things that you need to learn. Right now, here in Juba, I do not know any school that does teach this particular job, but you can learn directly from the technicians, okay? But there's some schools outside, maybe whatever, Juba here, which has a full course that you can learn and study this particular job, and you can get started with that one there. So I think that's how you can best get started.
A follow-up question. Yes, Matthew, just a follow-up question. What is the first thing you repaired in when you started this work? And you were like, wow, I think you can now become a repairer. Matthew, I'll come to you. So, Moga, what is that first thing you repaired when you started this?
Well, the first thing that I repaired was a speaker, and I did it
Moga, I can't hear you. I don't know if it's your network. Sorry, the internet also backfired on me. But Matthew, please come on board.
Well, Dennis, thank you so much for moderating this webinar. I am just trying to respond to the question that Mr. Deng asked. His interest, in building a career in climate change issues. So what I think is that, and from my experience, is that you don't need much to know more about climate change. One thing I realized was that, joining forums for people who are discussing issues along climate change is very, very important. And attending meetings or webinars regarding for topics that are related to climate change is very, very important for one to build up a career in. I'm one person who has witnessed this firsthand. When I started the repair, as I shared last time, that I did not know how repair is contributing to climate change. But until when I joined some groups which are, operating globally, or that brings members from elsewhere, from across the world. And that's, I realized how important repair, contributes to the global issues along climate change. Because my thinking at first was narrow, like just doing repair for economic gains, like to gain money, and as well as helping people. But I did not know beyond other importance of repairing things. But when I joined forums like the Restarter and other networks like the Global Innovation Gatherings, the Open Repair Alliance, the maintenance, that's when I realized how important repair is, and where there were deep discussions around climate change. And my experience was that, as one prepares to join those international forums, there are always challenges, especially in time, since people from other continents, the time zones does not match. But I did not give up. I could wake up in the night, in the middle of the night, or have late sleeps in order to attend meetings until
Hello, sorry, network is so bad on our side, but I want to say thank you for being with us, Don. I hope that your question has been answered. Unfortunately, we will have to stop here because of the challenges that we have. Looks like there's a lot of back and forth, but we appreciate. Moga is here. Moga, before we close, is there anything you want to say that maybe you feel like you did not say it as we come to conclusion?
Thank you, thank you very much, Dennis. I would really love to answer very many questions asked by the members, but unfortunately the internet is just misbehaving today. So I don't know how best this can be, but I really love to answer questions. And this just to encourage anybody, this thing is not just a hard thing, okay? It's a thing that you need to, like, you love it, okay? We have the climate change activists. This is a beautiful thing that you can look up to. In fact, it does a lot of good, like in sorting out the climate, instead of maybe throwing all these things our way. It's better to be repaired, and it is what it is refurbished again, so that again, like the environment cannot be like put into a mess. With this one here, like a better and a green whatever world can be made when we do repair and maintenances. So I don't know how best I can do this, but I wish I could have answered many questions asked by many people. And I'm very, very glad to really be here today. And hopefully, maybe if there be another chance of this, I would really love, I would really love to engage with many people about it. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Moga. We will organize another one, and we do hope that by then the internet would have been more stable than today. I see everyone is complaining that the internet is not stable. So, but I really appreciate your time and sharing your insights. And I want to say all the best in all your endeavors. We will still come back to you and host you for this webinar. Thank you, Thorn and Dude, for keeping it up to now. We'll have to end from now. And I say thank you so much for your time. Have a great day. Thorn, if you need more information, reach out to me. We'll be glad to work out something with you.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. Yeah, I'll try to reach you. For need help. I have been to that place and good knows.
All right, thank you. So I'll be waiting to hear from you.